Hello everyone and welcome back to Tech Break by Friday. Today we're exploring what OpenAI announced at the OpenAI Dev Day 2025. And some of the announcements that they made, they are disrupting how we use ChatGPT and apps. But not only that, it is also changing how we consume products or content through these apps. So if you're interested, let's dive into it. Just a short break. Tech Break by Friday, it's a podcast that it's clearly supported by any of the readers. So please check the links, listen to the podcast and the sources. And this is a way to support the podcast. So thank you very much. So one of the announcements that they made is apps inside ChatGPT. So what does this mean basically? OpenAI introduced AppsSDK, or basically this concept of like apps inside ChatGPT. This feature allows all users to interact with third-party apps within ChatGPT. The apps supported at the moment are Spotify, Canva, Booking.com, Expedia, Coursera, Zillow, and Figma. And to help you basically understand better how to use ChatGPT Apps SDK with your free account, I have an example here. You can actually directly go today inside your ChatGPT account. You can use the free account, doesn't matter, and you can type a prompt on how to use one of the specific tools that I mentioned before. In order to name a tool and add it to the chat, you need to type at and then the tool name, like for example at Figma. And basically I typed a pretty simple prompt like used Figma to create the UI design for a podcast website of Tech Break by Friday. This is just an example of what I gave. Describe in the same prompt as I said below that you're using the tool, what you want the app to do for, and click enter to see how the app is used directly in the chat. So I have added the result in pictures, so you can go and click the Substack blog post of this episode 33, and you can see the pictures, read the text if you're into it. You can still in the same chat modify your result and get the most out of it. So for me, it opened a Figma editor exactly like I'm in Figma. Like I can basically zoom in, zoom out, and it had the whole UI design of how a really good podcast website would look for my podcast. And it was like a visual representation of all the action buttons that I need, all the pages that I would need, what the blog post would contain, and stuff like this. So basically, the Apps SDK is built on top of the MCP technology, which is Model Context Protocol. We have actually talked about MCP in a previous episode 27. So if you want to listen more about this, you can just feel free to click the link below and go and listen to that episode. So this technology allows ChatGPT to access external tools and data. So OpenAI has made this SDK open source. It allows basically you to build applications with it and to run it on any platforms that it actually supports this sort of standard. So developers can now create applications that render interactive user interfaces directly in the chat, with the ability to basically expand to full screen mode when needed. So basically you can use all these applications inside your chat mode, and then you can also like do full screen and feel like it's inside the third party app basically. So the Apps SDK preview allows developers to begin building immediately, with app submissions and monetization guidance planned for later in 2025. Based on one of OpenAI's articles, they mentioned that later this year we'll launch apps to ChatGPT Business, Enterprise, and Edu. I think Edu is for education. We will also open submissions so developers can publish their apps in ChatGPT and launch a dedicated directory where users can browse and search for them. Apps that meet the standards outlined in our developer guidelines will be eligible for listing, and those that meet higher design and functionality standards may be featured more prominently, both in the directory and in conversations. We are also share details on monetization soon, including support for the new agentic commerce protocol and open standard that enables instant checkout in ChatGPT. So this is huge, especially with instant checkout. If you guys think about that ChatGPT will be able to basically allow us to pay through that interface, this will change fully the way that we are actually making purchases and we consume products. And basically, we will be able to consume through an AI chat now. That would be like a huge difference compared to previous years of for e-commerce or for online services. Moving on, another announcement that I really liked, and I think it's similar to Google's Opal, is AgentKit. So AgentKit is marketed as production-ready AI agents, and if you want to listen more about Google's Opal, you can navigate to episode 25, and you will find more there. So basically, AgentKit is a toolkit for building, deploying, and optimizing AI agents. The system addresses the previously fragmented landscape of agent development by providing three core components. An agent builder, so it's a visual canvas for creating and versioning multi-agent workflows through drag and drop interfaces. So this feels pretty similar to whatever interface Make.com, Zapier, MindStudio already have in order to build your workflows. N8N, for example, is also a really famous one. Connector registry, so a centralized hub for administrators to manage their data and tool connections across OpenAI products. ChatKit, a toolkit for embedding customizable chat-based agent experiences in applications. So if you want to start building your automation or agentic workflow, you can open the agent builder in the OpenAI platform or click the link that we will leave in the Substack blog and you can just be redirected there. So at first you have a visual canvas that has some examples that you can use, like some ready templates like a planning helper, a customer service agent, or a structured Q&A. And you can also create your own workflow by just pressing the create button. And then this is what we did basically. By clicking the create, you get a start button and an agent, and you can have like an end button as well. And at the preview, you basically use the ChatGPT agentic workflow as your ChatGPT chat at the moment. And basically this workflow runs on the backend at the moment. So it's just in its early days, but we have components like file search to search through the files that you're adding up, MCP to connect other tools that they have already enabled MCP servers to use into other agentic workflows as well. We have guardrails, which I think is like pretty useful to avoid revealing personal information, credit card info, or to even like avoid hallucinations. And this is a huge privacy issue with LLMs since they can be jailbroken and they can reveal information that they shouldn't. We should discuss that if your agents are handling sensitive information, you should conduct cybersecurity audits to prevent leaks and other breaches of personal data. So you can also check if it continues after it makes errors or if it's basically doing something that it shouldn't do. We also have if-else blocks and logic nodes, basically like also in other automation tools. If you're familiar with Opal, N8N, Make.com, Zapier, or MindStudio, these nodes are building a logical workflow from the starting point to the agent and then how the agent handles all these operations. So the really cool feature that I like is that the agent has access to evals. So evals is OpenAI platform feature that you can run tests to evaluate your agent's behavior in under specific use cases. So why I think this is cool is that let's say you have a customer service agent and you want to determine how well it answers questions. You can run the eval on your Q&A evaluation data set. You can make sure that it answers correct, but it also answers with the friendliness or how well customers are satisfied with the service, or you can have even multiple people from your evaluation team to make sure that by trying to jailbreak it, it doesn't do so. So if you try some jailbreak prompts, it's not jailbroken, like it actually tries to say, okay, I don't know in this case, and it acts as it should act. So this is a cool feature in order to make sure that you have an agent that it's safe. And I think this has to do as well with how you're training and how you're testing your agents. Even though the platform seems pretty intuitive at the moment and more people have access to it, I think it's still in like too early to replace automation platforms completely. Will they add natural language so you can type your desired workflow and build the agent with just a prompt like Opal? I think they will. Like, probably this will come. There's a higher chance that OpenAI will expand on that and that they will move on into this direction as they have already announced. So, some other advancements in AI and their capabilities that we will briefly see, because I think the two basic ones was AppsSDK and AgentKit. The other ones were more about the models and some updates. So let's see. So GPT-5 Pro API access. So this just became available, marking the first time that OpenAI has offered developers access to basically the most advanced model that they have out there at the moment. And the model is designed for high accuracy tasks in finance, as they mention, legal, healthcare sectors, featuring enhanced reasoning capabilities and extended context handling. Another update that we got is Sora 2, OpenAI's latest video generation model, which is now available in preview via the API. The model generates high quality videos with synchronized audio, including dialogue, background sounds, and sound effects. Sora 2 accepts both text prompts and image prompts, enabling applications from marketing content creation to product demonstrations. And the model emphasizes, as they mentioned, physical realism and controllability, with improved consistency across search and more accurate handling of physical interactions compared to earlier video models. Companies like Mattel are actually using Sora 2 for toy design workflows, converting sketches into visual concepts for team review. So I have seen some sort of two examples on Instagram for marketing from some of the companies. They seem to be pretty realistic, I would say. I would really like to try it out. Currently, if you want to use Sora 2 inside the app, the text, in the UI interface, you have to have an invite from another person. So yeah, probably maybe with the API, more developer apps that will be using the API will be out there for you to be able to use it. So we have also some updates regarding the voice and image models. OpenAI introduced more affordable alternatives with GPT Real-Time Mini, which is 70% cheaper than previous advanced voice models, and GPT Image 1 Mini, 80% cheaper than large image models. So these models maintain quality while reducing costs for developers building image and voice applications. So they did also release some updates for Codex, which is their AI-powered software development tool. So the system now includes three major enhancements. One is Slack integration. Developers can delegate tasks or ask questions to Codex directly from team channels. Codex SDK enables now embedding context capabilities into custom workflows and applications, and admin tools, like it provides environment controls, monitoring, analytics dashboards for enterprise deployment. Codex has demonstrated remarkable productivity gains with OpenAI engineers completing 70% more pull requests per week. At least, like, this is their claims, so I'm not fighting them on that. The system can handle long-term duration tasks, as they are mentioning, maintain contextual accuracy across large code bases, and integrate with deployment tooling to close the loop from suggestion to deployed code. So I have not tried Codex personally. I'm not into the code that ChatGPT most of the time generates. But yeah, like if it comes to like getting more and more cool reviews from developers, I might do. Let me know if you would like me to do a demo here on the podcast for you. I would definitely do so. And yeah, the events announcements reflect OpenAI's strategy to capture value now across the entire AI application stack, from foundational models to user facing applications to developer tools. With ChatGPT massive user base serving as a distribution platform and the new toolkit enabling rapid development, OpenAI has positioned itself to be the central infrastructure provider for AI-powered applications across multiple industries. And I think now they are focusing more on not just being a research company at the moment, but also being a product company. They want to develop more and more of their products so people can use it. Thanks for listening to this episode of Tech Break by Friday. I hope this information are really helpful to you, or that you gain some sort of understanding what happened from these announcements. If you like, you can share your ideas in the comments with me or in our Instagram account at tech.break.by.friday. Have a great week, stay curious, and keep building.